Hello and welcome. I'm a hotel AI expert, and it's a real pleasure to be here with all of you from the Europe Hotel School as you start your online learning journey. We're here to support your professional growth in this incredible industry. Now, if you've ever walked past a new hotel being built and wondered, just how does that empty shell become a place where luxury experiences happen? Well, you're about to find out. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most crucial parts of any hotel pre-opening, procurement.
So let's really picture this for a second. You have this incredible brand new building. The architecture is stunning, but inside, it's just empty. Concrete floors, bare walls, nothing. The huge challenge, the mountain every pre-opening team has to climb, is right here on this slide. How do you turn that into a living, breathing, five-star experience that's ready for its very first guest? It's not just buying stuff. It's like solving a giant, high-stakes jigsaw puzzle made of logistics, finance, and a whole lot of moving parts.
And you know, the good news is, there's a method to the madness. It's not chaos. A successful opening doesn't happen by accident or by luck. It comes down to incredible control, a rock-solid process, and really truly understanding two fundamental categories of procurement. If you can master these two pillars, you've got the blueprint for success.
And these are the two pillars right here. On one side, you have FF&E. That's furniture, fixtures, and equipment. On the other, OS&E, operating supplies and equipment. Now, I know they sound kind of similar, just a bunch of industry jargon, right? But trust me, they are worlds apart. They're different in what they are, who's in charge of buying them, and how they show up on the balance sheet. And getting this distinction right, it's not just important, it's absolutely non-negotiable. All right, so let's tackle the first one, FF&E. The best way to think about this category, it's the hotel's foundation. It's the very bones of the building, the stuff that creates the whole look and feel. These are the big-ticket items that make that crucial first impression on a guest.
So let's get into the official definition here. FF&E items are considered assets. That's the key word. They are major, long-term investments. We're talking things that are expected to be around for at least 5 years, probably more. Now, for those of you interested in the finance side, this is huge. These items are capitalized. That means they actually add to the financial value of the hotel on its balance sheet. They are, for all intents and purposes, part of the building itself. Okay, so what are we actually talking about? Let's make it real. It's the bed the guest sleeps on, the desk they work at. It's that huge custom-designed chandelier hanging in the lobby. It's the carpets, the curtains, all the high-tech equipment in the gym. And it's not just the glamorous stuff. It's also the heavy-duty machinery humming away in the back of house, like the laundry systems. The thing to remember is that a lot of this is custom-ordered, built to specific design plans, and can take months, sometimes even longer, to arrive. So, who handles buying all this complex, expensive stuff? Well, it's not the future general manager or the hotel staff. Because of the long lead times and design focus, this is managed by a whole different group of people. We're talking about the owner's project development team, the interior designers, and very often specialized FF&E consultants. Their job is to take it all the way from a sketch to the final installation. Okay, that was pillar number one. Now let's switch gears to the second pillar, OS&E. If FF&E is the hotel's skeleton, OS&E is the lifeblood that flows through it. It's literally everything you need to run the hotel day in, day out. And the definition tells you everything you need to know. The key words here are movable, smaller, and sometimes consumable. So, completely opposite of FF&E, right? These things have a much shorter lifespan, and financially, they're treated as an operational expense, part of the cost of doing business, not a long-term asset.
And the scope of OS&E is just immense. Think about it. In the guest rooms, it's all the linens, the towels, those little bottles of shampoo. In food and beverage, it's every single plate, glass, and piece of silverware. At the front desk, it's the key cards and payment terminals. Even back of house, it's the housekeeping trolleys and the wrenches in the engineering workshop. Literally every department is powered by its own unique list of OS&E.
And guess what? The team in charge of buying all this is totally different too. This is where the hotel's own pre-opening management team takes over. The responsibility falls right on their shoulders. We're talking the director of finance, the future department heads, the people who know exactly what's needed to make their part of the hotel function from the moment the doors open.
So, let's just recap the challenge. With FF&E, the headache is all about design, custom orders, and long shipping times. But with OS&E, the problem is something else entirely. It's not about the complexity of one item, it's about the mind-boggling sheer volume of it all.
Let me give you a sense of the scale we're talking about. Let's take a 300-room luxury hotel. Towels. Simple, right?
Well, you're not ordering a couple hundred. No. To have enough for every room, plus spares, plus what's in the laundry at any given time, you're ordering something like 3,000 towels.
Okay, how about the restaurant? You see a fork, a knife, a spoon on your table, but for every one you see, there are multiple sets being washed, stored, or ready to go. You add it all up for all the dining outlets, and you're easily looking at over 10,000 individual pieces of silverware.
And what about the things that get used up every single day? The guest amenities, soaps, shampoos, conditioners. For your initial opening order, just to make sure you don't run out in the first few weeks, you're ordering 50,000 individual units. It's just staggering when you think about it.
Okay, so let's put it all together in a simple side-by-side comparison. FF&E, these are fixed assets. They last for years, they're capitalized on the books, and they're managed by the design and project teams. OS&E, on the other hand, movable supplies. Shorter lifespan, they're an operational expense, and they're managed by the hotel's own operations team. Seeing it like this makes the distinction really, really clear.
All right, so we've defined the terms. We know what they are, but the million-dollar question is, why does this matter so much? Why isn't this just some accounting term you can forget about? Well, because when it comes to a hotel pre-opening, the stakes could not be higher.
First off, let's follow the money. Everyone knows the FF&E budget for things like furniture is massive. But it's so easy to underestimate the other side of the coin. The budget for just the OS&E, all those small items, can easily run into the millions of dollars. The financial impact of getting this wrong is huge.
But it's not just about the money. Not even close. There's a saying in this business, and it is 100% true. A mistake in your procurement plan has a domino effect. It costs you money, yes, but far worse, it can delay your grand opening, and it can completely undermine the guest experience from the very first minute of day one. You only get one chance to make a first impression.
And the consequences can be absolutely brutal. We're talking critical delays to your opening day. We're talking massive budget overruns that someone has to answer for. But most importantly, you have compromised guest service. Imagine you forgot to order enough keycards or the right glassware for the bar. Your team can't do their jobs. And that leads to long-term damage to your brand's reputation, sometimes before you've even properly launched.
So here's what it all boils down to. The key takeaway. A successful hotel opening isn't some kind of magic trick. It is the direct result of painstaking, meticulous, detail-obsessed planning. And that entire plan is built on the foundation of what we've just discussed, knowing the difference between FF&E and OS&E. This knowledge isn't just theory, it's the strategic roadmap to success. Which brings me to a final question for you to think about as you continue your studies. Now that you understand the two categories, you know who buys them, you know the scale of each, which one do you think holds the greater risk for a hotel's launch if you get it wrong? Is it the big-ticket, multi-million-dollar F&E, or is it the thousands upon thousands of individual OS&E items? There's no single right answer, but how you think about it says a lot about your understanding of what truly makes a hotel operate.